Hey guys, this is Scott, and I've got another workout here for you and your boot campers, and this one I'm calling You're a Goner. This workout also has been called POC, or Pyramid Overload Circuit, but because it's Halloween time here in October, I wanted to give it a different name. So this one's called You're a Goner, and all the time I've been doing boot camps, this is the top three most difficult workouts ever that we do in our own boot camp. And this is the one where there have been a couple of times when I had the cones set out in the parking lot on the field, and when a car approached, I found this out later, this was a boot camper who saw what we were going to do that day, turned around and left because this workout was a little bit too difficult for them. What you're going to need are two teams and 7 to 10 cones per team, and then 10 to 15 reps per cone, and then each cone is going to get a body weight exercise. So you're going to have two equal teams. Here's team 1, here's team 2. You're going to have 7 to 10 cones. In this example I've got 7 cones. I've done it with as many as 15, and that was too many for us. But who knows, maybe that would work just right for you. We ran out of time and nobody finished. I think 7 cones at 10 or 15 reps per cone is going to be plenty. So that's the next thing, is 10 to 15 reps per cone and then body weight exercises. So this cone right here, which is cone 7, it's the furthest cone away. The exercise might be jumping jacks. Let's say 15 reps. Cone 6 then might be sit-ups. Cone 5, the exercise might be push-ups. Cone 4, the exercise could be dips if you have a curb or a bench or what have you. This cone could be jump squats. This cone could be burpees, and then this cone could be plank. And you'll see why in just a second. That's the last cone. So on the instructors go, both teams, and I've only got one person on each team for this example, are going to run out to cone 7, and they're going to do 15 reps of jumping jacks, and then they run back to the dotted line, which is the starting line. Then they're immediately going to run back out again, do 15 jumping jacks, and then move to cone 6 and do 15 sit-ups, and then run back to the dotted line. They're going to continue to work their way through the cones in this manner. So 15 jumping jacks, 15 sit-ups, 15 push-ups, or whatever I said this cone was, and run back to the dotted line. You're going to start having people weeding them out now. Some are going to be walking, some are going to continue running, and everything in between. They're going to continue working their way through the cone, and the idea is to get through all of the cones first. It's a team race. So when the last cone is approached, let's use this person on team 1. Let's say they've worked their way through all of the cones, and they're approaching this last cone right here. They're going to do plank, as I mentioned. So they're going to hold plank until their teammate, the next person to finish, finishes, and then they're free to go on and do whatever little mini activity you've assigned them if you have time. Or they could just be done. It's up to you. And then the person that relieved them now holds plank until the next person relieves them, and so on and etc. So I like to always use a activity like concentration. So this person, once they're finished, they go to concentration, and I've covered that in other videos, and it's just like it sounds, the card game concentration, where all the cards are face down and this person gets to do an active rest where they're trying to match up 8s or 7s or 6s or queens, and they're going to set them aside. That would be the second activity after You're a Goner. And then the third and final activity could be something else like cone collection, which I've covered in other videos as well. So You're a Goner is plenty for a main workout. You could do less cones if you wanted. I wouldn't go less than 5. I think 5 or less is 5 is just right. 4 or less is not enough. You want them to feel the full effect. So while team is doing what I just explained, team 2 is also doing the same thing. And then when they finish their last cone, they do plank, and then they're relieved to go do concentration or cone collection. And then whoever has the most cones when time is called, that team wins. So this one is called Ura Goner.